Ever wondered why your plants wilt, discolor, or simply never thrive, no matter what you do? Welcome to our eye-opening exploration into the complex world of plant diseases. This world is one where microscopic invaders can wreak havoc, causing your beloved plants to wilt, discolor, and sometimes even perish. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Armed with knowledge, we can wage war against these plant predators, ensuring our gardens stay lush and vibrant. Today, we're setting out on a captivating journey, unveiling the mysteries behind common plant diseases. We'll explore symptoms, delve into causes, and reveal science-backed solutions. We'll equip you with the tools to not only identify these diseases, but to prevent and cure them too. So, buckle up as we embark on this fascinating voyage into the unseen world beneath the leaves. Stay tuned, because in the next 10 minutes, we're transforming you into a plant-saving superhero. First up, let's uncover some common plant diseases you might encounter. These are the pesky problems that can turn your lush greens into a gardener's nightmare. But not to worry, the first step to a healthy garden is knowing what you're up against. Let's start with rust. This disease is named for its most obvious symptom, a rust-like dust that forms on plant leaves. It's like your plant is donning a coat of autumn but without the charm of fall. The leaves may turn yellow and fall off, leaving your plant looking more like a twiggy skeleton than a vigorous green beauty. Next up is powdery mildew. Imagine your plant has been dusted with flour. That's what powdery mildew looks like. It's a whitish-gray coating that can cover leaves, stems, and even flowers. This fungal disease can stunt growth and lead to curled leaves. If left untreated, it can cause significant damage or even kill the plant. Finally, let's talk about root rot. This one's a bit trickier to spot since it starts beneath the soil, out of sight. But if your plant's leaves are yellowing, wilting, or falling off, and the plant seems strangely unstable, root rot could be the culprit. It's like the plant's very foundation is crumbling away. In severe cases, you might notice a foul smell coming from the roots. It's a nasty business indeed. These are just 3 of many plant diseases, but they're common enough that every gardener should be familiar with them. Knowing what they look like is the first step towards diagnosing and treating them. Remember, a keen eye and early intervention can mean the difference between a thriving garden and a plant graveyard. But what causes these diseases? Let's find out. Understanding the causes of plant diseases is the first step towards prevention. Plant diseases are not random occurrences, but rather the unfortunate result of certain unfavorable conditions. Just like we humans catch a cold when our immune systems are weakened, plants too can fall prey to diseases when their environment is less than ideal. One of the most common causes of plant diseases is overwatering. It's a well-intentioned mistake, but one that can lead to a host of problems. When a plant is watered too much, its roots can become waterlogged and oxygen-starved. This creates a perfect breeding ground for root rot, a disease that can quickly kill a plant if not addressed promptly. In the same vein, poor drainage can also lead to plant diseases. If the water has nowhere to go, it will sit in the soil and create a damp environment that fungi love. These microscopic organisms can cause a whole host of diseases from powdery mildew to black spot, and they thrive in wet, poorly drained soil. Speaking of fungi, they are a major cause of plant diseases. Fungi are not always the villains of the story though. They play an important role in breaking down organic matter in the soil. However, when conditions are right, certain types of fungi can become pathogenic, infecting plant tissues and causing disease. Temperature and light conditions can also contribute to plant diseases. Extremes in temperature, whether too hot or too cold, can stress plants and make them more susceptible to disease. Similarly, plants that do not get the right amount of light may become weak and more prone to infection. Finally, pests can play a major role in spreading plant diseases. Insects, mites, and even birds can carry disease-causing organisms from plant to plant. Some pests, like aphids, can also weaken plants by sucking out their sap, making them more susceptible to disease. Now that you know what causes these diseases, it's time to learn how to spot them early. Understanding the causes of plant diseases is crucial, as it allows you to create an environment where your plants can thrive. It's all about prevention, and the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to keep your garden healthy and vibrant. Spotting the early symptoms of plant diseases can help you save your plants. Just like a seasoned detective, you need to know what signs to look for. Many plant diseases manifest in similar ways, but certain symptoms can point you to specific culprits. First, check the leaves. Discoloration, such as yellowing or browning, can indicate a problem. This can be due to a lack of nutrients, water, or an ongoing disease. Next, look for spots. These can be small or large, but they're usually an indication of fungal or bacterial infections. They might be black, brown, or even white, and usually, they're a definitive sign something is wrong. Finally, monitor your plant's growth. Is it stunted? Are the leaves smaller than usual? These signs might indicate a root problem or a disease that's inhibiting growth. With these tips, you can catch plant diseases early, but remember, prevention is better than cure. So, how do you prevent these plant diseases, you may ask? Well, let's dive into some actionable steps that can aid in keeping your garden healthy. Firstly, mastering the art of watering is crucial. Overwatering or underwatering can both lead to plant diseases. Every plant has its own watering needs, so get to know your plants. Some prefer their soil to dry out completely between watering, while others prefer consistently moist soil. Generally, a good rule of thumb is to water deeply and less frequently. This encourages the roots to grow deeper, making the plant more resilient. Next up, sunlight. Just like us, plants need sunlight to thrive. However, too much or too little can cause harm. It's all about balance. Some plants love basking in full sunlight, while others prefer the shade. Recognize the sunlight requirements of your plants and adjust their placement accordingly. Remember, a plant receiving the right amount of sunlight is a happy plant. Let's talk about soil management. The soil is a plant's home and it needs to be comfortable and nutrient-rich. Choose the right soil for your plants. Some plants prefer acidic soil, others alkaline. Some like sandy soil, others clay. Know what your plants prefer and give them just that. Moreover, a good quality compost can do wonders. It not only enhances the nutrient content of the soil, but also improves its structure, promoting better water retention and root growth. Lastly, proper spacing between your plants is important. It not only allows for adequate air circulation, reducing the risk of fungal infections, but also prevents the spread of diseases from one plant to another. These tips are not foolproof, of course. Despite your best efforts, your plants may still get sick. But implementing these tips can significantly reduce the risk of plant diseases, giving your green buddies a fighting chance. But what if your plant is already sick? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Stay tuned for our next segment where we'll discuss some cure strategies to rescue your ailing plants. When prevention fails, it's time to cure. Now let's delve into the strategies to cure common plant diseases. Remember, the best cure always begins with a proper diagnosis. Once you've identified the disease, you can tailor your approach to counteract it effectively. For fungal diseases like powdery mildew or rust, consider using eco-friendly products such as neem oil or sulfur-based fungicides. These natural remedies work by hindering the growth of the fungus, thereby stopping the disease from spreading further. If bacteria are the culprits, copper-based sprays can be your best allies. They create an inhospitable environment for bacteria, helping your plants regain their health. For those pesky root rot problems caused by overwatering or poor drainage, a change in care routine might be all you need. Let the soil dry out before watering again, and ensure your pot has adequate drainage facilities. Also remember, healthy soil equals healthy plants. So don't forget to replenish the soil nutrients from time to time. Compost and organic fertilizers can work wonders in restoring your plant's vitality. Lastly, don't hesitate to prune away the diseased parts of the plant. It may seem harsh, but it's often the best way to prevent the disease from spreading to the rest of the plant or even to the neighboring plants. With these strategies, you can nurse your plants back to health. So, roll up your sleeves and let's get those greens back in their prime. Armed with this knowledge, you're ready to save your garden. Harness the power of prevention and cure, turning the tide in the battle against those pesky plant diseases. Don't let your green friends wither in silence. Use your newfound insights to nurture, protect, and rejuvenate your precious greens. The tale of every plant lies in your hands, and it's time to write a chapter of vibrant health and vitality. Remember, every plant has a story, and with these insights, you're well equipped to ensure it's a healthy one. Subscribe for more guides and become the ultimate plant guardian.